Hello everybody, a couple of quick notes on installing sights on CZ2075 Rami. I replaced the original factory sights with Tritium night sights, and I went out and shot it the other day and needed some adjustment, and so a couple notes. First off, it was extraordinarily challenging to install the rear sight, as well it should be. Want it nice and snug, even though it's got a little set screw. And so this is how I did it. This is a Simplex milling machine vise. They are pretty inexpensive on eBay. I have a couple of them, and it does not need to be mounted to the milling machine. I just happen to have it mounted on the milling machine right now for another application, but it could easily be taken out to the gun range. A small 2-inch C-clamp to clamp the slide down to the bottom. Piece of rubber sheet to protect it from getting marred. And I don't know that it really matters, so whether it's a steel, aluminum, or brass punch, but I happen to have a piece of brass round stock that was handy, so I used that as a press, just like that, and then use the milling machine vice's screw to press against it. And that made a fairly simple job of installing, and just now a very simple job of adjusting. Let me go ahead and take this out and show you one other thing. Put a little piece of tape on there just to prevent it further from being marred. Oh, excuse me. Sneeze. Gotta do it again? Nope, that's all good. I thought about blowing my nose before I turned the camera on. I felt a tingle coming. Anyway, the front sight, the Tritium front sight, was super loose. So originally I Loctited it with, I forget if it's 690, 602, well it's one of those special Loctite products that's recommended for front sight gluing, and it seemed tight, but let's see, 2 magazines worth through the gun, and it came loose. So what I've done this time, we'll see how long it lasts, but it feels really good, is took a sheet of high-density polyethylene plastic, the smooth-sided stuff, not the pebbly surface stuff, and this is just mocked up here to show you what I did because I already did it. But I put 2 pieces of masking tape down on there. I don't know if you can see that, they're yellow against the white, and used a razor blade to cut the edges parallel and a nice clean cut edge, such that the sight, when placed across them, just barely caught a piece of the tape on both sides. And I mixed up, sanded the bottom of the sight to roughen it up, make sure it was clean, because it did have some of that Loctite on it. Washed it in acetone really good until the paper towel with acetone came out completely clean. Mixed up JB Weld, applied it to the bottom of the sight, and squished it right over there. And so basically what I did is I bedded it to the plastic with this little bit of a rise, and when it was 90% cured, I popped it off, trimmed the excess with a razor blade, and maybe I should have waited till it was fully cured, but it was pretty darn hard by that point. I'd left it out in the sun for half a dozen hours or so. It was pretty hard, but not fully cured. And I went ahead and pressed it in there. Actually, I tapped it in with a punch. I probably should have pressed it in, but it went in pretty snug, and I think that's going to be good. I mean, it's tight. We'll take it out and shoot it, let it get good and hot, and see how it does, and I'll report back if it's not good, but feels good to me. So that's my update on CZ Rami sight installation and adjustment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's nice and tight. So I'm going to put the gun back together again, and I think Thursday I'll be out to the range and we'll give it a try. And check back in real soon because I got an update coming in a few hours on the Wiscombe project. Okay, goodbye everybody.